Talk Radio 640 WGST.
Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Health Tech Talk, broadcasting from iHeartRadio Studios, 640 WGST, and streaming worldwide on the iHeartRadio network. I want to remind our audience that all of our archives from all of our shows are available not only on iTunes and YouTube and Vimeo and iHeartRadio, but also at healthtechtalk.com. And I want to jump into my next guest. He's a good friend. His name is Jeff Brady. He is the CEO of XR Epigenetics Health, a really, really innovative company. You should check them out at www.xrmd.com. That's www.xrmd.com. And so, Jeff, in our call to action is really cool. Get tested. What you think is healthy might not be healthy for you. But before we jump into this, Jeff, you've been an entrepreneur your whole career. You've run businesses. Give my audience just a quick overview what your company's mission statement is so they have a good understanding as we jump into this, what you're all about.
Absolutely, Ben. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. Epigenetic Health and what XR is all about is we believe that every person needs to have much more information about the foods we eat, from a fact-based perspective that helps them prevent disease and treat disease. And we believe that through understanding epigenetics, through understanding how disease can be managed is going to be the root of a healthy and longer-lasting life.
All right. So, Jeff, what is epigenetics?
Well, epigenetics has been around a while. It actually was one of these issues where identical twins were found to have different diseases even though they shared the same genome. And there was a belief that something other than our DNA was driving some of how we were operating as human beings. It turns out that epigenetics, the way we think about it, is everything we can do to live longer and healthier lives. Most of our programming is determined in our DNA, but not 100%. And as a result, and it's very important that and exciting, is that we appear to have some control over this using epigenetics, over epigenetics, by controlling the amount of stress we subject ourselves to, the amount of exercise we provide, and the amount and how diet and nourishment impact our epigenetics. And that's the bottom piece with diet and nourishment and understanding some very important concepts like methylation and inflammation is where XR is working to have some very big success in treating disease and helping people really understand from a fact-based perspective how they can improve their health.
So, Jeff, it's not just about getting a DNA test, getting a report back, and then trying to figure out. There's a whole program around it. So if you could do me a favor, also explain, take me through the step. I'm a patient. I go see a physician who's working with the company. What happens from that point on?
The first thing that happens is we conduct two very simple tests. One is a cheek swab DNA test, and the second is a finger stick blood test. Each of these are actually administrable at home if you'd like.
Right.
They're very simple and they're very comprehensive. We add to that a personal health history because understanding your family history is also important. With those three inputs, we're able to analyze what we had mentioned before, this methylation pathway, which is our specific genes. We call them the few that control the many,
right,
as well as your food sensitivities. We put that together in a comprehensive, what we call a nutritional genius report, and we help you understand two very important things. One are foods that you can eat in abundance, in moderation, or to avoid based on your genetic results. But we also tell you which foods to eat in abundance, avoid, or in moderation based on food sensitivities. And those together, one is focusing on genetics, the other one is targeting reducing unnecessary inflammation. That gives our customers really the world's only report that allows you to see this in concert in an integrated fashion. So we're taking the this sort of information, rather than putting it as a bunch of numbers on a piece of paper, and actually making it highly actionable for you and your family. Because one of the other things that we do is we combine these and work to provide families with a comprehensive view of how they should eat. How do you bring 5 people that live together into some semblance of knowing how you should buy for your family? And these are the types of things that we think is very important.
I like one of your quotes that you have in the notes that I was reading. You're basically life's instruction manual.
That's right. I've always been astonished by, when I was growing up, that nothing ever came to me that said when I should go to a doctor or when I should go see, anything. And it seems to me that we're finally at a point where with these sorts of reports that now I know that things that I thought were healthy aren't healthy for me. I used to be a big fan of eating Greek yogurt in the morning. It turns out I'm not able or shouldn't be eating it in abundance because of the fact that I need to stay away from tyramine-containing foods, which is found in yogurt and red wine and things like that. So we think we're making good choices when, in fact, you're really not. And by making good choices, you can either prevent disease, which luckily I'm in the case of preventing disease, trying to be proactive. And other times where we see migraine sufferers or macular degeneration or a whole host of diseases have an epigenetic underpinning, whether it's a methylation problem or an inflammation problem. We're actually seeing results for treating these diseases and seeing some really phenomenal success
So Jeff,
through diet and nourishment.
So it's not just about see a doctor or get my genome and take medicine. I mean, the part of the whole model here is, like you mentioned, eat for your genes, right? So again, you get the test done, you know what foods are good for you, what foods are actually not good for your genes. But then also, is there supplements or what else is there wrapped into this? So you've given me my diet I should eat, my menus I should eat, what I should stay away from. But is there other things that your organization brings to the table?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very comprehensive program because the type of patient we see may be healthy, but they may range in sickness from mildly sick to severely sick. And so there's a whole host of other tests, and your mentioning of supplements is very important. Not when we provide you foods to eat, that is one piece of the equation.
Right.
And it's a very important piece of the equation. It's one we have choice over every day. Supplementation is important, and so we provide a recommendation as part of the report that we provide that will include what we call targeted nutraceuticals. So natural, they're not pharmaceuticals, they're natural supplementation. They're all approved, and we have a high degree of high standards about quality, and we manage all of that. We fulfill these directly to our patients' doors on a monthly basis in convenient custom packs. You can just tear a couple off for morning and afternoon, take them during the day, and we'll tell you exactly what you need to do, and they're always there for you and ready to be taken. And it's just because the fact remains that you can eat, if you eat salmon every day, you'll get enough omega-3, but most people don't eat salmon every day. So this is one of these concepts where you need to make good food choices and then supplement where food isn't enough.
So if our audience wants to do the test and get involved, how do they find the organization?
Well, the best thing to do, we're on the web, www.xrmd.com. You can click on the Nutritional Genius test, and that's the beginning of a journey inside the ecosystem of XR. There you'll be able to order the test, and we'll connect you with one of our doctors. And we do this under the care of a healthcare professional and under the guidance of it's to make sure that we're working with, as you fill out your health history, we may have recommendations that, or will have recommendations that take that into account.
And Jeff, I got another question. So I know one of the products that you delivered are called nutraceuticals. What's the definition of a nutraceutical?
A nutraceutical is really considered food. It's a type of food, and it is meant to. It's a phrase that's actually been coined a few years ago to differentiate using food as a medicine. And so it is differentiated from a pharmaceutical in which it is made from a chemical compound. These are made by generally plant extracts and, in concentrated forms so that you can get enough of the nutrient on a daily basis.
Oh, that's great. All right, I need to take a break. Can't wait to come back from the break and have a lot more questions for Jeff. I want to remind everyone you're listening to Health Tech Talk, and with me is Jeff Brady with Well, you can go to the website, www.xrmd.com, and we'll be back after these words from...
Gary, why aren't you outside enjoying the party?
Hey, Michelle, it's this heartburn. When it hits, it really hits hard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it. I've had it. I'm going to kick acid with Rolaids.
Unlike Tums, new Rolaids Advanced goes to work instantly for combined powerful relief of your worst symptoms of heartburn, bloating, and gas.
Wow, you're back fast.
Yeah, I feel much better.
Now this is a party. Kick acid and gas with new Rolaids Advanced.
The results are in. For the treatment of nasal allergy symptoms, nothing is more effective than Nasacort. Nasacort Allergy 24-Hour is prescription-strength medicine that's scent and alcohol-free with no harsh taste. It's non-addictive and provides 24-hour relief of the worst nasal allergy symptoms, including congestion, with no prescription needed. And in a recent clinical study with Nasacort going nose-to-nose with Flonase, more people prefer Nasacort. For more information, visit Nasacort.com. Nasacort. Use as directed.
Hi, folks. Alan Thicke here, and you've probably heard, maybe from me, that if you owe the IRS money, they can do some scary things. Garnish your wages, levy your bank account, even seize your home or business. You add on the penalties and interest, and getting out of debt can seem impossible. Back taxes are for real. It's not a game. But the game changes when you have a team of tax experts on your side. The professionals at Optima Tax Relief can immediately protect you from aggressive collections. And for a limited time, the IRS is offering a tax debt forgiveness program. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. With the help of Optima, you may qualify for a settlement that saves you thousands. Nobody knows the game better than the Optima team. Don't wait till it's game over. Let their experts coach you through this. It's a win-win. Call for your free consultation.
Call 800-798-2477. That's 800-798-2477. 800-798-2477. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
My wife and I just moved into our new home when wham, the refrigerator died. Then wham again, the air conditioner had a meltdown.
When moving into a new home, the last thing you need is an unexpected home system or appliance breakdown. It could cost you a fortune. That's why more and more home buyers are getting a home warranty from American Home Shield. A home warranty protects against those unexpected covered breakdowns, including your air conditioning, water heater, plumbing, refrigerator, washer, and much more. When it comes to selling a home warranty really can make or break the deal. For complimentary, helpful information, see your local real estate professional or call 1-800-700-7111. Service requests are subject to a fee for each trade call. Some exclusions and limitations apply. Home systems and appliances do break down. That's why a home warranty makes so much sense. And American Home Shield delivers award-winning service. For complimentary, helpful information, including terms, rates, and coverage, call American Home Shield. 1-800-700-7111. 1-800-700-7111.
Hi, folks. Alan Thicke here, and you've probably heard, maybe from me, that if you owe the IRS money, they can do some scary things. Garnish your wages, levy your bank account, even seize your home or business. You add on the penalties and interest, and getting out of debt can seem impossible. Back taxes are for real. It's not a game. But the game changes when you have a team of tax experts on your side. The professionals at Optima Tax Relief can immediately protect you from aggressive collections. And for a limited time, the IRS is offering a tax debt forgiveness program. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. With the help of Optima, you may qualify for a settlement that saves you thousands. Nobody knows the game better than the Optima team. Don't wait till it's game over. Let their experts coach you through this. It's a win-win. Call for your free consultation.
Call 800-798-2477. That's 800-798-2477. 800-798-2477. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Financial independence, wealth empowerment. You'll only be wealthy once you know what the wealthy know. Once you're ready for strong returns while preserving your principal, you're ready for Heroes Talk Radio. Learn the secrets to planning a tax-free retirement income Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 640 WGST.
Welcome back. I'm Ben Chodor, and you're listening to HealthTech Talk, broadcasting from iHeartRadio Studios, 640 WGST, and streaming worldwide on the iHeartRadio network. All right, we had a great last segment with Jeff Brady, the CEO, and check out his site, www.xrmd. This is a brand new healthcare company. Jeff is a serial entrepreneur. I wanted to jump in, and Jeff, we talked about the company and the product and how patients get involved and physicians. But I want to ask you, what attracted you to the company? I mean, you had a couple successful companies. You were looking for the next thing to get involved in. What got you excited?
That's a great question. I'm excited by this company for so many reasons. I mean, the first and foremost, I'm always attracted to cutting edge and kind of blue sky opportunities that are grounded in science, and you can actually see and build upon a vision. And I'm a executive that typically doesn't found companies. I come in and help the founder grow the companies, and I see with the founding team that's here, a great group of people, passionate about what they do, and they've got a product and an approach that is just fantastic. So you have the roots, the DNA, as you will, of what can be a fantastic company, and there's a match with my skill set. So this could, quite frankly, be, I kind of think this is a perfect situation for me because it is something that really matters. We're going to make a huge difference in people's lives. We're already doing it, and we've got great people who are just passionate coming to work every day. So I feel lucky that I'm associated with the company.
Well, and I know you, and I can use another analogy also. It's sort of the Victor Kiam analogy. So those listening, Victor Kiam was this very, very wealthy guy who liked the razor, Gillette razor, so he bought the company, right? So Jeff didn't go out and buy the company, but you're also sort of a customer of the company. You've changed basically, and I know you've changed your eating habit and your lifestyle based on the test. And is this true? And how do you feel now that you've been using the products for a long time?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I recounted a little bit earlier about this, this eating of yogurt. I swore off bread. Yep. I started eating yogurt, and it turns out that what I needed to stay away from was the peanut butter that I was putting on the bread, and I needed to stay away from yogurt. And what I was doing was causing inflammation. I couldn't really feel it.
Right.
And that's the nasty part of this, is that you may be sensitive to something, and it doesn't get to the level of consciousness, but you're still inflamed. So one of the key things about it that I felt is I just feel less inflamed. Like I have lost weight. It's not like we don't guarantee weight loss, but basically the concept is you're eating properly. You're staying away from foods that you shouldn't be eating. And I feel there's a tremendous amount more energy, which has a positive impact on epigenetics. Otherwise, I feel less stressed because I'm exercising every day. So it's a virtuous circle, and that's what's so fantastic about this. My wife has been on the program as well, and we're having our kids tested. Kids, there's no real age limit here. Our genes are our genes. We're starting to work with a children's hospital in the Midwest in a major way, who's adopting epigenetics into their integrative health function. And we're starting to treat patients with autism, migraine, skin conditions. It's just it has so many fantastic effects, whether, in my case, I consider myself lucky that I'm not sick, right. But these same effects we're fixing every cell in our body. And so by virtue of, we're not fixing migraine per se. We're fixing migraine, but we're also making every cell in that patient's body healthy. And it becomes why we call it Life's Instruction Manual, because it's the basis upon which you should be making any other decisions.
I love the passion in your voice. And you can hear it. I mean, it's one thing to run a company and believe in a product. There's another thing it is basically part of your lifestyle as well. So to me, that's super cool. I've been telling Jeff for a long time, I want to do the test. Come on, give me a test. I want to get it done. I'm a little scared, but I'm also really excited to see what happens when I do the test. But, Jeff, I want another business piece. All right, so we've talked about how the consumer gets involved and what you're doing for them. But how does a physician or a physician practice get involved with your organization?
They are critical. We are actively recruiting physicians across the country to be part of become an XR doc. We are looking for those that want to bring this into their practice. The way we work with doctors is we recruit them in, we teach them what they need to know about epigenetics. Our business model is to offer a very turnkey solution that becomes a line of business within a doctor's practice, and we help them identify the appropriate patients, help them help their staff understand how to talk about epigenetics to their patients, and give them a solution that will introduce more and more and more people to this wonderful benefit, which is really the underlying drivers. We just are seeking to distribute this to as many doctors as we can who can have reach into as many patients as possible, because we think this is life-changing type stuff.
And where does the physician, where does the physician go to register?
Same website, www.xrmd.com. You just register, and we'll reach out to you and set up an appointment to one-on-one or with the group and go through our provider orientation materials.
Great, Jeff. I have a couple minutes left. Anything else you think our audience should know about the company?
I think what's important to know about XR is, if anyone of your listeners are familiar with translational medicine, Dr. Eric Topol is a big proponent of translational medicine. This is really what we're doing, because we're taking the combination of genetics, nutrigenomics, biochemistry, immunology, so that's the inflammation piece, supplements, bioidentical hormones, which we didn't even discuss, and we're bringing this together in an integrated way. And it's backed by so much science that has gone into how methylation has impact on certain diseases, or how inflammation has impact on genetic function and therefore diseases, that we're at the forefront of bringing together. And I think the more companies like XR that are translating this fantastic science that has been in the periphery for many years, I think we're going to make a really big difference in healthcare, drive down the cost of care, keep people out of the hospital systems in the first place, reduce the amount of chronic disease that's in the country. That's the long-term goal here. And it's just a very exciting time to be in this space.
I think it's incredible that you do more than just the test. It's not like you do the test, give me the information, and leave me alone. You're there to help me through my entire journey. And to me, hats off for that. I want to thank Jeff Brady, CEO. Check out the website. Go to www.xrmd.com. It's changing how healthcare is. Everybody's going to be doing genetic testing one way or another. You should check out his site. I am Ben Chodor. You've been listening to Health Tech Talk. I have a special shout-out I'd like to do for all the guys at Stream VPG for helping me put together this show every week, and to 1-800-Public Relations for all their media and PR support. And from the studio, John, I couldn't have done it without you. Scott and Jeremy, again, thank you for all your support. I'm Ben Chodor. You've been listening to Health Tech Talk. We're outie.